Hello everyone, Carissa here from The Littlest Seedling. Today we are making refrigerator pickles. So I have gathered 8 of the Chicago pickling cucumbers that I started from seed from Baker Creek. Refrigerator pickles are pretty cool because they become pickled while in the fridge instead of having to do a whole process. And this way, as I harvest cucumbers, I can make a little bit at a time instead of making 30 jars at once. So to begin, all I did was rinse the cucumbers off camera. You'll need a knife, a cutting board, I have a carrot, garlic, onions, I'm only using half of an onion, dill, peppercorns, coriander, which I saved from my garden last year. I don't have any mustard seeds, so that's why I'm using that. You will need salt, kosher salt, or you can even use the pickling salt. I'm not going to use that today, I'm just going to use kosher salt. You'll also need crushed red pepper if you want like a little zing to it. It doesn't add much heat. You'll need something to measure liquid with, and you will need apple cider vinegar. What we're going to do is we're going to cut up the cucumbers, put them in a glass bowl, and cover it with something. This is just a reusable wrap. It's made out of beeswax and fabric. Then this is going to sit in the fridge for at least 1 hour, but I'm going to do about 2. So I am going to start pulling out the cucumbers, and in this moment I realized some of them I wanted to be little chips and some of them I wanted to be pickle spears. So I am looking to see which ones are curved because those will make perfect chips, and I'm going to set those ones back into the strainer. Always make sure you wash your vegetables, even if you grow it in your own garden. You never know what you could find. So all I'm doing is cutting these cucumbers into quarters so I can make them into spears. And then now I'm going to get my crinkle cutter, which I love this thing, and I'm going to crinkle cut all of the pickles that I want to be chips. I'm only cutting them about a 1/4 inch thick. You don't want them too thick, but you don't want them too thin. Then I'm going to cut some of the carrots into longer spears, and I'm going to cut up some of the rest of the carrot into coins. You might have noticed some of them fell off the counter and went to the dogs. So here I'm thinking about how much onion I want to use. I had a little bit of a bad spot in it. So I'm just using half of a Vidalia onion. So I'm going to cover these in a 1/4 cup of salt and ice cubes, and then I'm going to cover it and put it in the fridge for 2 hours. And in the meantime, I'm going to start making the liquid part to the pickles. So I'm using 1 cup of apple cider vinegar and 1 cup of water, and I am not measuring the rest of the spices. I always eyeball it, but I am going to use 3 tablespoons of sugar. I love garlic, so I'm adding a lot of garlic in. All I'm doing is peeling it and crushing it. And then you're going to mix all of this together in a saucepan, and you're going to simmer it on the stove just enough until the sugar's melted and everything is blended completely. You will also need loose leaf black tea leaves. That's what's in my small container. That keeps your pickle juice from getting really cloudy and yucky looking. So all I'm doing is rinsing the cucumbers and stuff, rinsing that brine off of it, and I'm putting the chips and small carrot pieces and onions into jars. My jar for the spears is in the dishwasher, so I had to give it time to finish. And I have this cool canning funnel that I use, and you want to make sure you put a couple sprigs of dill in each pickle jar. This is fresh. I just bought it from Meijer. My dill's not ready yet. So use your funnel, and you're just going to pour some of that pickle juice, I guess we could call it. You're going to pour the juice into the jar. You want to leave about 1 inch from the top, and I'm already running out, so I'll have to make more here. So once you get them full to about a 1/4 inch from the top, you take literally just a pinch of loose leaf tea, black tea leaves, and again, this is just to prevent cloudiness. It doesn't change the flavor, it just makes it so that it looks pretty in the jar. Then I'm just using recycled glass jars from other pickles and salsas. And it's perfect because these go right into the fridge. You don't have to seal them or anything. I just like to give them a little shake, and then I used my label maker after this to label the date and what they were. Thank you.